What is going on, friends? Today we are talking about the further electrification of the mid-sized trucks on the market. Now, if you recall, I did a video a couple weeks ago. Those of you who watched it, hey, thank you so much. And it was all about how Ford was right around the corner with a either electrified fully or a plug-in hybrid version of the Ford Maverick, as well as the Ford Ranger, which is supposedly right around the corner. Now, this news was further solidified with the trademarks being released of the Thunder Ranger, the Thunder Maverick, and some Lightning equivalents of these entering the Ecosphere. Ecosphere is a word, right? I'm going to say yes for now. So we don't know how soon we'll see these, but we know that it's on Ford's mind, that's for sure. And Ford's not the only one coming to compete with Rivian with a electric mid-sized truck. You know, we have other awesome mock-ups that we've seen in the past of the possible Toyota Tacoma being fully electrified. And the latest on the scene is a smaller Cybertruck. Now, I know what we're going to look at is probably, pretty far away, but it's still really cool. And I like talking about it because there actually is a strong possibility of Tesla getting this done without the delay and the ramp up they've had with the current Cybertruck. And what makes it interesting and why I think it's worth talking about is, well, they use the platform of the existing Model Y to build this potentially new, smaller, very mid-sized truck from Tesla. So before we get into all the details on that, though, I would like to encourage anyone who's new to the channel, if you'd please subscribe. I'd love to have you around. This is my EV channel where we talk everything electric trucks, electric news, and we're doing live streams now basically every week. My friend Joe and I, if you know his channel, go subscribe to him as well. We do live streams about, everything I just said, EV news, EV truck stuff. So we'd love to have you join us on those, mostly every Sunday, sometimes during the week, but you can look forward to that on the channel. And also electric bikes. If it's electrified, I probably want to give it a try, and I probably want to film it and share it all with you. So come on in. So before we get the comments of Larry, hey, we're never going to see this Cybertruck, a small Cybertruck, or, why are we looking at a concept? Well, it did come from a tweet of Elon himself. He said, reviewed design with friends last night. Even 3% smaller is too small in regards to the Cybertruck. Will be pretty much this size. We'll probably do a smaller, tight world truck at some point. So this is him saying they were maybe going to make the Cybertruck 3% smaller, and he said that, well, that's even too small. And they'll probably do a more mid-size, or as he calls it, a tight world truck down the road. And this would be something similar, or a possibility of what that would be. So what we're looking at here is a mock-up of both the Cybertruck and the mid-size truck. And it shares a ton of features as the Model Y, and that's because it's using the Model Y framing. And essentially all Tesla would need to do is keep the front aerodynamics and the front storage capacity of the Model Y. They'd probably have to build up a little bit of the base for a weight capacity reason, because if you're using this as a truck, it will probably need to hold a little more than the Y could support. So maybe some upgraded suspension versus what the Y has, and a more off-road capability with a flatter approach angle on the front end. And you put all that together and you do get something very close to the Cybertruck meets the Model Y. And that's what we have here. Now, I did share this image in a live stream the other week where the verdict was this thing is ugly as hell. And hey, you're not wrong. But would I drive this? I could see myself owning one of these because, as I've always said, I really enjoy the mid-sized truck. Hey, spoiler alert, if you haven't heard, I did end up buying a regular big full-size F-150 while I wait for my F-150 Lightning. And it's been a learning curve getting used to the giant size. I'm used to smaller vehicles. So I love the functionalities of trucks. However, I don't mind having a slightly smaller vehicle. I've always said like a Tacoma is probably the perfect size truck for me. Now, do I like having the full size and the big room you get in the cockpit of just being able to kind of sprawl out and drive? I love it. It's great. But functionality and I mean parking, just parking alone, it's nicer to have a little bit smaller of a vehicle. So while I love both, I might love something a little bit smaller, just that much more. And we will give a shout out to @Escape Ferocity for sharing these awesome mock-ups, because there's some great images to look at here and just kind of envision we are at the cusp of all of these amazing EVs ready to be built, and they're just right around the corner. Now, I won't dive into what Ford is going to be entering soon, but there's a ton of other EVs joining the market. Geely is also manufacturing a electric truck that could be on the market soon. Scout, which is the new off-road brand from Volkswagen, is going to be entering the market soon, and all of these have potential of also competing with the Rivian. But to end this video, let's turn our eyes on the previously mentioned Tacoma. Now, the image we're looking at here is a little bit different from the Cybertruck concept, because this is something that Toyota actually has presented. Now, it was maybe about 6 months ago when Toyota had an awesome presentation of their future electric lineup, and I think they presented almost 30 vehicles that should be fully electrified, and among them was this awesome like concept, yet gonna be real soon, Tacoma, which is I love. I think they did a great job keeping the awesome muscly defining features that are in the new Tundra as well as the Tacoma in this concept vehicle. It's got the aggressive off-road look that you'd expect from a Tacoma, with all the gas saving and electrification benefits you get of a full EV. And I'm really excited to see this, because this especially would give Rivian a huge run for their money. You just know it has the off-road potential to really go neck and neck with something like the R1T. And styling wise, all of those Rivian never guys who just absolutely hate the design will have this to fall back on. Now, I personally do really enjoy the styling of the R1T. I just think the price is going up, and if Rivian can't get that price down, these companies like even Tesla and Toyota here, and especially Ford, who's now got a couple EVs under their belt, are going to get this mid-sized truck with similar capabilities, and they're going to have to compete with them very soon, as we see here. So I hope Rivian can find a cool way to keep their awesome styling and just amazing vehicles and get them at a more affordable price point. So fingers crossed they get to do that soon. Now, I love looking at these, sort of concept vehicles, but I love them more when there's actually potential of them existing soon, because there's so many concepts that come out every day, even from the manufacturers themselves. So I only like to actually report on it if there's, even just a little bit of a chance they'll exist someday. So like this one being made by Toyota and presented by Toyota is a good chance. Yeah, I admit the mini Cybertruck is probably, that one might be a little bit more of a stretch. However, it's not impossible, as we saw in a tweet from Elon. But with all that said, I now turn to you to hear, well, what do you want to see? Are you guys thinking that these companies are putting way too much into this mid-size electric trucks when they should be focused on like an SUV, for instance? Because there's really not that many electrified bigger SUVs. They're all very small. Like, that'd be my one critique of this is, hey, we don't have anything to even match something the size of like an Explorer or like a Traverse, like that step up from a mid-size SUV, but not yet a full size. Like, even that would be a great thing to electrify, or even vans. Like the ID Buzz is the only van that I think I've seen. I guess the E-Transit kind of counts, but that's not really a family vehicle. You get what I'm trying to say. So I would love it if you guys drop it in the comments what you guys think these automakers should be working on. And if you were to go electric, which vehicle are you steering towards? Are you also kind of looking forward to these mid-size electric trucks? If so, let me know. I can't wait to hear from you guys. I will be here just kind of waiting, literally right here. This is my desk. I won't go very far. So let me know. I'm going to leave. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out.